Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hi. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where my channel has a strike now. I got a strike yesterday because of what we did on Monday. Simply watching an interview that essentially is a decade old. Apparently, Sinclair Media didn't like that. Even though we paused it, we made it fair use. I commented on it as it went along. Nope, apparently that was enough for a copyright. First, they claimed it, and I thought, okay, fine, I get a claim, whatever. I get claims all the time. But then they filed a strike. So now, for 90 days, I've got a strike hovering over my head. So unfortunately, that means no more watching clips on this channel, unless it's a trailer. Unless it's a trailer, no more clips, guys. Sorry, it's over. It's too risky, especially for the next 90 days. It's too risky. Can't do it. That means no Warhammer Wednesdays today, guys. Can't take the chance that maybe suddenly, if it's Arbiter Ian or some other guy, will get an itch up their ass and start claiming people. I can't take the chance anymore. With a strike on the record, can't do it. And that sucks because part of this particular show is the things you guys want, and part of what you guys want sometimes is to see me react to stuff. Well, that's over because somebody is a dick about it. That's unfortunate. It really is. But I have to look out for the health of the channel. Now, I didn't fight it because I didn't want to go down that whole legal route thing that people say you can do. I didn't want to fight it, but I did send a request to have it rescinded because I said this was a mistake. You know, I didn't plan on doing this. I was asked to do it. I did pause and try to make it fair use. There was no intent to copy your content and use it for myself. It was simply reaction. At the same time, they made me go to copyright school and watch a video and take a test in order to confirm my 90 days. So I felt like an idiot. I know how all this shit works. So thank you. Thank you for being understanding, Kel. So Warhammer Wednesdays are done. We're out of that. But yeah, so this kind of sucks. It sucks. So the rules have slightly changed to make up for the fact that there is a missing tier. And now, if you guys are if you guys are not okay with this, then we'll figure out another way to adjust it. But right now, there's been an adjustment to the tier of making me do shit. Now it's $10 for an Adam rant, simply because I took $5 out of the 20 gone. We keep it at $15. Now it's $15 to ask me a question, and I'll tell you no lies, which is the one I really want to encourage you guys to do more, because the more we make it about discussions, I think the more fun we have. If you guys ask me nerd questions, ask me important questions, and I'll give you talk about stuff. It's still $15 for an article. I saw no reason to up that, but I have upped chat maybe watches reviews to $35, since that seems to be one that is prevalently used. And if we're not going to be using the money for videos, then I feel like those of you that do request it, it gets moved around. And we will be doing Lords of Dogtown today for chat, maybe watch this review, since I had the time last night because I was in a funk and I just sat here not wanting to do much of anything because I was in a very bad mood. I'm still in a bad mood. I'm a little better. I think I've finally turned the corner completely on this cold. You can tell my voice is a lot stronger. I've only coughed a little bit this morning. Have a headache, though. Had a headache since I woke up. I took some. It still has completely gone away. And obviously here we're starting on time. Maintenance came and did their thing at the time I hoped they would. So that's all said and done. So here we are gonna do our best today. Though I still need to keep the throat lubricated. So yeah, so I apologize for the adjustment in the tiers. I think you guys will be okay with it. If you're not, well, you let me know. You let me know. This is your show as much as it is mine. So I don't I want to make sure that I have not priced anybody out of anything, but I feel as though if I've taken the money out of the other stuff, out of the tier that's gone, and if you guys have another tier idea, let me hear it. Let me hear it. I'm all ears for other ideas to improve the show going forward. That being said, though, even though I am still I'm sort of a grinchy mood, it's still December, which means our current donation tiers are in effect. The Be Married tier, the Be a Grinch tier. The Be Married tier, if you reach a cumulative $100, you guys can then decide who I'm going to be nice to for the rest of the month until Christmas. Or, as displayed with the Grinch tier already, if you donate a flat $100, you get to choose exactly who I get to be mean or nice to. And for an additional $50 on these things, I will either be giving positive reinforcement to the person I have to be nice to, or I'll be an extra bully dick to the person I have to be a Grinch to. Knowing that this is all in good fun, nothing is personal if you're asking me to do this. And that's that. Again, we're going until Christmas. After Christmas, everything is back to normal. And if I do screw up with a real screw up, so if I screw up and I'm nice without adding an insult, or if I'm mean without being nice, the penalty is another hour to the Party Animals tier Party Animals tab that I owe you guys. So there it is. There's there's the grift for December. And I listen, I'm a little unfocused because of the strike. I know it's not the end of the world. It's a single strike. Lots of channels have gotten strikes. Listen, I never wanted to join this club. It's not a club I wanted to be a part of. I've worked very hard for 5 years almost now to be very careful and not get a strike. And here we go, some random fucking shit. Random shit. So there it is. There it is. Now, I got a couple things I do want to talk about. We get going, and then we'll go into the news, and then we'll do Lords of Dogtown and anything else you guys feel like doing. Oh, and remember now, as long as you are giving tips or super chats for this month, please indicate which side of the donation tier you want it to go on. Be merry or be a Grinch. So I do not owe 2 extra hours. I was still mean to Weasel yesterday. I added insult. It was backhanded. It was still insulting. No. Right now, I still only owe 3.5 hours on Party Animals. No, this is fabrication. These are lies. These are lies. Lies. Slander. Anyway. All right, so I got this I do want to talk about. Anyway, so a lot of moves are being made in Hollywood right now. We know that any minute now, Warner Discovery will be bought by either Paramount Skydance, Comcast Universal, or Netflix. We're going to know that probably before Christmas. At the same time, Disney, the era of Bob Iger is literally about to end, and maybe for real this time. He's not going to keep his office while a patsy is in play to take the heat for shit that he set up. But right now, there's always rumors who's going to replace Bob Iger, who's going to be blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Alan Bergman, who is basically Bob Iger's right man. He's the bean counter. He's the bean counter. He's not an executive. He's really the bean counter. He was never in the running for real. We've heard this broken down many times. Alan Bergman was never in the running to be CEO of Disney. He wasn't. I don't think he wants the job. He was a bean counter. He's the money man. Not very good at his job, but he's the money man. Well, we heard this. Now we got this yesterday. And right away, here come the Disney stands. We had this bitch. The Hunt for Ben Solo. They think, these idiots actually think that the Hunt for Ben Solo fiasco cost Alan Bergman his chance to be CEO of Disney. Deluded, retarded, moronic. I want to use so many other adjectives, but I'm already in trouble with a strike. I don't want to get in trouble anymore. This is ludicrous. These people think, these idiots, and I've regarded this one before. These people are so out of their mind that they think Disney Star Wars and the Hunt for Ben Solo, that has any sort of gravity in anything right now. Ludicrous, insane, and stupid. But then you get this, it's same report. They're now saying Josh D'Amaro is widely going to be leading contender. Yes, this guy has been in the running all year. This is true. And then right away, yes, but what's his position? I don't want to ask Grok anything. Stop it. But what's his position on the Hunt for Ben Solo? Oh my God. It's so retarded. These people can't even, they could be handed the instructions with easy to build universal energy. The secret's there. All you got to do is plug and play. And they still wouldn't figure it out, because if it doesn't get them the Hunt for Ben Solo, well, then who needs it? Is this the face of the man willing to go on the Hunt for Ben Solo? Ah! I am at my limit for retardation. I really am. How can anybody be so goddamn stupid that they think any of this, that they think their stupid little dirty Star Wars shit has any influence on who's going to be CEO of Disney? You know, yeah, Disney does, Star Wars does have influence because it's losing money. You know what the question is? Who's going to be willing to cut shit? That's what's an important factor here. I am sick and tired of retardation. It's not just here. It's not just here. I have, because of yesterday, because I was deep in my studio looking at shit during my strike, I was perusing some stuff, and I went into the comments, and people, I fear for everything with the level of stupidity that's out there. Uneducated morons. We live in a time where people don't know how anything works, or they really believe the bullshit. On the one hand, I got a comment on my, and I hate to say it's my Predator short. God damn, my shorts do better than my videos. We have to stop this. We need to get my regular videos back to doing well and not this short garbage. Says to me, the movie was great. I got it wrong. And the box office that I put up there proves that I'm wrong with my own statement. Let's see. I said that the budget was $105 million. I showed the movie's only made $168 million. Its break even is over 200. It's about 250. A little more if you add in the marketing. It hasn't done well. It hasn't made a profit. It has broken even. But it grossed the highest of Predator franchise, one, after inflation, and two, gross doesn't mean shit. Once and for all, can people just fucking understand this? Gross profit doesn't mean anything. Net profit means what you get to keep after you pay all the bills. What is your net? If you don't break even on something, you don't get a net profit. In fact, you lose money. Predator Badlands lost money. Superman lost money. Supergirl's going to lose money. All this garbage is losing money. But people just see big numbers, hear gross. They believe the retarded, fake propaganda bylines from the shill media. Oh, it grossed the most this, and that. And they think, oh, it's doing well because that's what they want you to think. They want you to think, being dog in the fire, everything's fine. Everything's fine. They want you to think that. Everything's not fine. Money being lost hand over fist. Warner Brothers is doing so well with all these things. How come they need to be bought by a company that's in better situation? And then I caught a random thing. Now, this is from a short I did months ago. And that was before I stopped doing the shorts. Because I got tired of them. My videos started to do well again normally, but now I'm actually anyway. I did a short months ago during Ironheart, talk about Riri Williams, probably saying how nobody liked her because she's a bad character. Nobody was saying she's a bad character. And I saw a comment just said, "Nice try, racist." Listen, we've been called this stuff so long, it doesn't matter. But you know what bothers me is the fact that somebody is so twisted in their brain that they think because I don't like this black character that I'm racist. Progressive, ideological, commie Marxist, agenda-driven, identity politics bullshit has infested so deeply in everything out there. People have been truly brainwashed. Their go-to response, "You're a racist." It's not just a meme. It's real. These broken, retarded, foolish people, these brainwashed, indoctrinated individuals truly believe if you disagree with them on these things, if you don't like somebody because they're a black character, or if you don't like them, if they don't like somebody, they have to be a black character, you are a racist. We're all racist because we didn't like Reva. We're all racist because we don't like Black Falcon Captain America. We're all racist because you don't like Riri Williams. No, I don't like shitty characters. That's what I don't like. But they can't comprehend and grasp this stuff. I don't want to say I'm at my wit's end, but I'm up to here. My tolerance over it was gone, and I need to blow my nose real quick. Excuse me. I have nothing left. I'm tired. I'm not just tired because I'm sick or recovering from being sick. I'm just tired. I guarantee next month when we review Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, I guarantee some people are gonna go, "Oh, you're a racist. You're making fun of the black girl with the nose ring." Well, she didn't have the nose ring in the show, but she has one in real life. Septum. No, I'm gonna make fun of that character because she's probably garbage. She's probably a garbage character. Jumping around. I'm not going to stop. Nothing's going to change. I'm going to keep saying what I say. Yes, the only acceptable response is yes, deal with it. Yeah, I'm a racist. Oh, God. More so than ever, I want nothing more than to get to the point where I just talk about what I'm writing, and I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. I'd like to skip forward to the better future where I've moved to Florida. The books are selling. I'm living a nice, happy life. Maybe I've got a girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe I'm hanging out with the boys, doing stuff. We're having a good time. We're making other content. I want to get past. I am tired of dealing with this nonsense, Dana, because this is not what I want to do. I mean, I do it because it's the job and I'm good at it. I think I'm good at it. I review this stuff. I have a keen intellect and a keen perspective on this stuff. But I'm so sick and tired of the same revolving door bullshit. You're a racist. You're a nasty. You're a phobe. You don't like it because you're an I'm tired of it. I'm just sick and tired of it. And it would be even better because then if we're just talking about my own stuff, then there's no chance to get a goddamn strike. Yeah. Jed understands. I mean, here's the thing. I probably, I mean, from a content perspective, it is better if Comcast Universal does get Warner Brothers. It's better from a content perspective. But I don't think it's going to fix anything. I don't think we get good Superman or good Batman or anything like that. Now we do have some DCU stuff. I'm not going to bring it up today. I'm putting that on the shelf for Sunday. We've got leaks on the Supergirl trailer, which may arrive next week. We've got casting rumors for Brainiac. Good actors. I hope to God none of them actually are a part of that movie. And more stuff now, and more stuff. So we've got the DCU segment of Sunday is growing for what we're going to talk about. Anyway, let's see. All right, let's get to the news. Let's see what we got going on in the news, and then we'll do Lords of Dogtown. And if you guys want anything else, we will. We'll see what we got. Let's refresh everything. Let's refresh. Can I refresh the world? Can we hit? Can there be like a refresh button for the world? Reload the page. Get a better look at things. I'm sorry if I'm a bit down today, guys, but the strike really has me. I don't feel happy. I'm not in a good place. Not at all. All right, let's go. Nope, that's not the right button. The news. Car enthusiast streaming service backed by Top Gear say host Tanner Faust. Listen. I understand I'm an anomaly as a man. I don't care about cars. I really don't. I just want my car to be a decent car and to work and to get me from point A to point B and have limited problems. That's all I want from a car. I don't care. Otherwise, not a car person. Steve's on Family John. She dances, sells to newly launched distribution company, blah, 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 blah. Good luck with that, Steve's on. You haven't had much of a career lately. WG Health Fund lost $122 million in 2 years. Richard Gere, don't care. Go find a gerbil. Don't care. Innovative artist. So the Jonas Brothers and their 20-year careers, bizarre teen stardom and getting real with one another in the therapy tent. Yeah, we're gonna look back at history and see and try to figure out what the Jonas Brothers, what happened? How did that happen? Yeah, I mean, there is that theory. CERN fucked around too much, and we merged with a darker timeline. Versant Entertainment Boston. What's it for? USA auction and more networks. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that NBC Universal cut off their networks. I didn't know that. I must have missed that. That's interesting. I mean, you think about it like this: USA Network. Well, I remember, I'm an old man. I remember when USA Network was the USA Cartoon Express. You had Smurfs, you had all that old school stuff on there. And it was essentially a rerun channel, which it always turned out to be in the end. But I remember I remember the evolution of the USA Network when it began to become more than just that. When they got wrestling, when they got Raw, because they don't have Raw anymore. Then they had it for all those years. And then it was pretty fascinating in the 2000s when USA, along with TNT, Turner Broadcasting, with Turner Broadcast stations, decided to buck the trend of summer television programming and say, you know what? We're not just simply going to rerun the shit off our broadcast networks brothers that were whatever we're in bed with. Because remember, if USA was NBC, so they could get stuff off of NBC and stuff like that and rerun it if they wanted to. Or they made deals with CBS because USA was the home of NCIS reruns forever until Netflix. So that you could go there and I would watch NCIS endlessly on USA over and over and over again. So USA was your stop for their runs, just like TNT, but then they decided to buck the trend. I forget which year exactly. I think it started with Monk and Psych on USA and a couple other shows on TNT. And they said, you know what? Screw this borrowing rerun shows during the summer. There's nothing on network television during the summer. This is back in the day where we still were all tethered to terrestrial TV. Let's, for these couple of short months, which is all it was, like basically June through August, let's make real new original television. And from that, you got Monk, you got Psych, you had Suits, you had a host of other shows that were good and not good. Listen, USA was hit or miss on some of those things. I loved some, hated others. Same with TNT, loved some, hated others. Point is, it started an era of, wow, I finished watching all my regular season television shows on ABC, CBS, and Fox, NBC. I'm finished watching all that stuff. But look, I'm not left in this wilderness of the summer. I have new shows to watch every week. This is great. I continue to have entertainment. I'm not scrounging around for shit to watch at night when I want to just chill out. So that was great. And that USA and TNT were pioneers for that. And then, of course, other subsidiaries of NBC Universal, now Comcast Universal, Sci-Fi Channel started doing it, stuff like that. All those other channels started doing it. And it was great for the longest time. And then streaming killed it all. Because those shows still got out their episodes every year, season every year. And then streaming happened. And shows take 2 or 3 years. And they were all gone. I mean, look what happened. They tried to stream a spinoff of Suits after the second spinoff of Suits failed. Remember, the Jessica spinoff of Suits, where she was in Chicago, that show was terrible. And it got canceled immediately. And it deservedly so. It was not a good show. But then the Suits LA thing, that didn't last at all. It didn't last because streaming. There was something to be said for your time of the year on television. There's something to be said for that. It's your time. Now it's just, oh, it's done. Let's put it out. Streaming. We're Netflix. We're just going to dump it all at once. Yeah. Another era, and I remember it. And now that they've been cut off, I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder what they're going to do. Interesting. Fascinating. I remember when it was USA Up All Night with, what was her name? Rhonda Shear and her big ass titties. I remember, and what was that? What was that guy's name? Bill, the cowboy, the driving theater with what's his name? The cowboy guy. Oh, what was his name? What was his name? He was kind of paired with her for time. He had his late night show. They were like, oh God, what was his name? Joe Bob Briggs. I think it was Joe Bob Briggs. Joe Bob Briggs driving with Joe Bob Briggs. That was an era. Yeah, that was an era. That was an era back then, man. See, I know all this shit. All right, let's keep going here. Don't care about. No, I don't. Listen, all these guys have shot their wad for making television and movies. I don't care. Brian Cobbin, Dylan, Marcus Scorsese, they've all shot their wad. They're done. They're dried up. They don't got it anymore. Please, can we not be? Stop telling me Sabrina Carpenter is something important. She isn't. Don't care about music and film. Don't care. Stop it with that, please. More fuck Sabrina Carpenter. Actually, no, don't fuck Sabrina Carpenter. Forget Sabrina Carpenter. I don't want to think about 12-year-old boy looking bitch. Let's see. Anything here. Leonardo DiCaprio, J Law, Dwayne Johnson, Julia Roberts, and Aaron Grant, except for Actors on Actors, season 23. Wow, sign me up not to watch that. Jeez. Friends and Neighbors, season 2. I don't even know what that is. Don't care about the Beatles. Listen, once again, I will say, and I know it's not a popular thing, but some of you out there agree, I don't like the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles. Never liked the Beatles. Not going to watch it, not going to listen to it. All right, let's go. Keep going. What else we got? Five Nights at Freddy's 2 recapture original box office magic. I don't know. I didn't see the first one. Wasn't interested, but I know Jed liked the first one. So I'll be relying on Jed for commentary on Five Nights at Freddy's 2, whether or not it has that same uniqueness to it. Ready or Not, Here I Come trailers. Samara Weaving and Catherine didn't play another deadly game of hide and seek. What was the first one now? Amazon's Fallout Season 1 to stream for free on Samsung TV Plus. Listen, I'm still on the fence if I'm going to watch Fallout Season 2. I'm still on the fence because it's going to be batch dropped. It's not like I can watch it and review it and actually make something of it because I'm not interested in it. And it's because it's batch drop, it's gonna get real hot and bothered for about a week. And then what happened last time? Everybody was screaming out Fallout Season 1 for a week, and then poof. My voice isn't healing enough. Poof. I want to do a high pitch poof. Poof. Gone. Nobody talked about it anymore. Don't really talk about it now because Season 2 is coming out. Jimmy Kimmel to receive President's Award. S63 annual IG. Wow. Who cares? Dakota Johnson, Jessica Alba, Anna de Armas, Nina Dobrev, Kirsten Dunst, and more added to Red Sea conversation lineup. Well, that's a lineup of women I'd have sex with. I mean, that's definitely a lineup of women I have sex with. Don't know. Don't care about Spotify. Kiki Palmer, Ash Park, Anthony Anderson, voice puppets. Oh, Lord. Okay. It's a St. Jude's. Okay, all right. Nothing wrong with doing charity work for St. Jude's. That's good. Those cancer kids need entertainment too. Somebody Somewhere star Bridget Everett plans live cabaret comedy music for the spring. Sure. Disney Plus Originals boss tells producers not to pitch kids shows as streamer aims to convince audiences there's content for adults. Good luck with that. Have fun with that. Yeah, sure. Harry Potter series, it's a delightful adaptation. HBO Max says when people watch it, they will think these are the books, except for Black Snape, and probably a few other things here and there. Listen, if they hadn't cast Black Snape, we probably wouldn't feel any controversy at this point. But we see that and we wonder what else they do. Please cast a female Voldemort, please. Make my year in 2027. Somewhere launches $154 million program to boost films and TV talent. Sure. Anything here. Anything I'm interested in. Don't care. Nothing here. Mr. Men and Little Miss movie. Wow. Okay. These books existed when I was in kindergarten, man. The Mr. books. Dude, I used to love those books as a kid, man. Used to love them. Every time a new one came out, I'd grab it and get somebody to read it to me because I couldn't read yet. I couldn't read till first grade because they didn't teach us in my kindergarten. But those were great books. Those were a lot of fun. Those were always a lot of fun. I don't know what they are now. I bet they're agenda filled now. That's my guess. I bet they're agenda filled now. Lawrence Fishburne has sore memories of The Matrix. I was in pain all the time. Well, Larry, you should be in pain for making 2 of those 3 movies. All right, let's move on to IGN, see what they got here. Battlefield 6 community message teases long-awaited audio fixes and netcode adjustments for winter offensive update. Okay. And once again, as usual, I have no commentary on Battlefield 6 because I haven't played it. Google adds Epic Stranger Things final season Easter egg to search engine. Sure, I wouldn't know. Expedition 33 wasn't just an enormous sales success, it was also the biggest new third-party launch on Xbox Game Pass in 2025, despite launching 2 days after Elder Scrolls 6 Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, that's because it was a new game. And Oblivion Remastered, for as much fun as people remember having it, is a remastered game with no changes in it. Just made it look pretty, but kept all the bugs. Expedition 33 is a modern-day masterpiece. And I look forward to what Sandful will do with the franchise as it continues. FF7's Aerith says fans need to stop tagging voice actors in smut. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. You have no idea the porn that's been made of that girl. Trust me, I've seen it. Listen, Aerith porn and Tifa porn been going around for over 20 years. Get over it. It's not about you. It's about the model. And they made Aerith look beautiful in Remake. She looks beautiful, just like Tifa looks beautiful. Beauty sells and makes us all want to touch ourselves. That's a clip. Anyway. Wait, what? I've never seen Larry Fishburne's dick. I've never seen Lawrence Fishburne's dick, Kel. Not to my knowledge. Goodness. But yeah, I mean, it's not about you, honey. In fact, feel honored. Feel honored. That means they want to hear your voice while masturbating to pictures of Aerith getting railed. All right? Feel honored. You've reached a special club. Listen, it's respect. It's respectful. It means they love you. No, because I hate Spike Lee movies. I think Spike Lee is an overrated little anti-Semitic bitch. And I hate him. And I hate his movies. I've seen a few, trust me, I have, but I think he's a piece of shit. And for him alone, I hope the Knicks never win another championship. Amid Stranger Things finale theater ticket confusion, scalpers are trying their luck. Yeah, apparently, my short on that, people are saying that it's sold out in place. So I guess there are people who want to go see the finale in a theater. I guess there are. All right, then. Jeff Keighley's Mysterious Game Awards statue reportedly isn't teasing Elder Scrolls 6, Diablo, or God of War. So what is it teasing? I don't care. Anything with the Game Awards, I don't care. Either announce a game or don't. Helldivers 2 Dev calls on fans to let Helldivers movie director Justin Lin work his magic. After it emerged, he leaned into not being a gamer for his pitch. Once again, I have no horse in that race. I haven't played Helldivers 2. I do not know if it's going to, if this is going to work or not. I don't know if I can watch it. Don't know. For somebody else to make a call on, not me for sure. See, here's the trick. Weigh in and talk about shit you know about. I don't know about Helldivers 2. I have no horse in that race. So, I'm not going to give a take on whether to be good or not. I'll talk about box office when the time comes because that's just numbers. I'm not going to give a take on that because it's not something I know. Stick to my wheelhouses. We're going to talk about the Fallout news there. Resident Evil Requiem gameplay snippet shows fresh area that sure looks a lot like Resident Evil 1. Not an RE guy. Well, again, no comment. As No Man's Sky fans claim Once Human includes a stolen asset as a premium cosmetic item, Hello Games boss reacts by revealing the object was unfinished anyway. Joke's on them. Sure. Listen, we stopped playing Once Human. We learned it was China slop. We stopped playing it. We played it for like a hot minute. And we gave up. Elden Ring Night Raid patch, whatever. Somebody actually just escaped from Tarkov, and now the floodgates are open. Am I supposed to get that? James Cameron insists I'm not negative about generative AI, but makes a point of saying it wasn't used for Avatar: Fire and Ash. I need to blow my nose again. Excuse me. And all right, this took a second to understand what you were taught, what that was reference to, and yes, now I understand the shadow of a monster. Oy. uh, anyway, James Cameron. All right, we talked about this the other day. Maybe he understood he needed to not talk about AI the way he does. The fact that most of his movies are fake, that they're not real, that they're CGI monstrosities. Capcom wants to expand Monster IP beyond games. Well, that'll probably go over well in Japan because it's a much bigger IP in Japan than it is here in the West. Has its fans, myself included, but it'll probably work better in Japan, whatever they're thinking of. Mass Effect's Jennifer Hale is no longer the voice of Samus, as Nintendo casts another voice artist in Metroid Prime 4. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about Metroid Prime 4, how there's a lot of distaste for the voice acting, the parent story, the game build. I saw a comparison that it looks like Zelda Breath of the Wild in a way. Hearing a lot of stuff. Now I have no horse in this race, so I don't really care. I haven't played a Metroid game since Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, which was a great game. But I don't particularly feel that it's a big deal, Metroid Prime 4. I don't. It's going to do what it does. Anyway, artist who said Bungie's Marathon had assets lifted from poster designs she made in 2017, confirms the issue's been resolved. Oh, so she got her payoff. Good for her. Paul Dano fans hit back after Quentin Tarantino calls the Batman star the weakest effing actor in SAG. Listen, I'm no Tarantino fan, but I find that funny. Now, drops big Mario Kart World update, adding custom items and more. Sure. The physics inside a black hole are still a mystery in the 41st millennium, according to new Warhammer 40k novel, Even to the Necrons. I find that hard to believe, considering the Necrons existed at the beginning of time in that universe and the War of the Gods. See, I retain my knowledge. I find that hard to believe remember, we saw in our lore videos, they built machines that could destroy stars anywhere in the galaxy. You're telling them they don't know the physics of a black hole? I find that hard to believe. So during our PS5 system update, here's what it does. Well, I haven't gotten an update warning yet. Just don't fuck up my controller. That's all I ask. And that's it. Let's go to Park Place. New Harry Potter theme park, land and resort coming out, but not for Universal. Maybe if they owned Warner Brothers, it would. Variety again claims Paramount Warner Brothers bid backed by Saudi Middle Eastern funding after previous denial. Yeah, we talked about that already. Don't care. Just Tomorrow favorite. We talked about that. Muppets are doing this after being canceled. Don't care. Gamer Best Marvel Rob was talking about that yesterday. Okay, so there it is. There's the news. We're sticking to it. And I encourage you guys, once again, articles, ask me questions. Since we're not doing clips anymore, I encourage you guys to lean into those tier options right now. Well, it's 40K. We're talking. There's a lot of fantasy involved with it, even though it's 40K. What I mean is that these are beings that created, according to the lore, that took part in incredible scientific breakthroughs in the War of the Gods for what they did. So I just find it hard to believe that their research didn't take them into that stuff. I just don't. I find it hard to believe, considering what we know of the Necrons. I find it hard to believe that their science didn't research black holes as well. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. According to the lore video we watched and understanding their role in the War of the Gods. The War in Heaven, sorry, War in Heaven. War in Heaven, excuse me, War in Heaven. See, I fixed it, corrected myself. So, okay, there's the news. I'm sticking to it. You guys can think about some stuff while I now fulfill the bargain, as it were, because Kel wanted me to watch Logs of Dogtown. Ironically, because we watched that Kai homeless guy shit. Because I said, "What's Dogtown?" I know Dogtown. Well, now I know what Dogtown is. Anyway, so here we go. Chat made me watch his reviews. Lords of Dogtown. Now I knew we were getting into some dude bro stuff, surfing, skating. I knew there had to be something like that, but I had no idea what I was going to be doing when I saw this movie last night. I knew that it was somewhat biographical, retelling real events in history, cataloging the rise of certain individuals. I just didn't know for what. Now, first I thought it was going to be surfing because the movie starts with surfing. But then apparently this is the rise in the 70s of skateboarding, and how it became massively popular and how these dudes from California were first on a team and then went their separate ways, but all became essentially the founding fathers of skate. The movie's not good or bad. It's essentially what happened to these dudes and their life. And it's got an interesting cast to it. You got Heath Ledger as this surf shop owner named Skip, who put the team together in the first place, was sort of their little guru guy in their area. And I will say, a rather weird performance by Heath Ledger. Not very good. Whatever accent he was trying to pull off for Skip, sounded weird the whole movie. Anyway, the movie, I'm not going to try and name the individual dudes because their names did not stick at all. Stacy, the dude with the headband who founded the company and was the guy who discovered Tony Hawk. I remember his name, Stacy, was his name or something like that. The other guys and Sid, the guy with the brain tumor. I remember that. I don't remember the other guys' names. But it's essentially they come together. These guys, this dude Skip sees there's going to be a lot of money to be made in skateboarding as it's on the rise around the country and around the world. And he gets these kids to put together a team. And at the first, these kids just like, hey, man, we're doing it for the love of the game. We get to skate, we get to surf. Nobody tells us what to do. Fuck school, all that shit. And then, of course, as it becomes more apparent that there's an industry forming around this, and of course, other guys with bigger money than Skip, who's just a bum who runs a surf shop, they start getting involved with trying to woo these kids to stuff, and their private lives are on display. How the guy Stacy he's the best of the bunch. He didn't get suckered by a lot of shit. He had a real job. He was a working dude. He didn't allow them to bully him for stuff. He had some of the best skill out there of them, and had a good girlfriend, but his girlfriend turned out to be a whore. He didn't want to treat her like a whore, but she wanted to be treated like a whore. So he ditched her and then his so-called other buddy, who they called the seed of skating, he scooped her up and turned her into a bigger whore. The other guy with some poofy hair of Latino descent, I would guess. He's a hothead, gets in fights, but also one of the most talented, eventually the first skating world champion down the line. He was being wooed. They're all being wooed by bigger money. Hell, they had what's his name from Johnny Knoxville, played this drug-addicted, crazy lunatic who lured away a couple of them to the poofy-haired guy to do stuff. It's a lot of big. Basically when big industry gets involved and impressionable kids get warped in. Now they clearly make mistakes. Although the Stacy guy seemed to have his head on straight the whole time. He understood the game. He didn't do anything stupid. He seemed to manage his money well. He seemed to be good on camera. He seemed to be a good spokesman for the brand and his company he was working with. And he seemed to be a good guy. The other guys are all varying levels of shit, except for Sid, who apparently was a rich kid who couldn't skate because apparently he had a brain tumor. Just wanted to be part of the crowd. The guy who had Rebecca De Mornay for a stoner mom, he turned out to be he stayed true to his beliefs and never took the money. Didn't even take the money when Slinky came to him for advertising in 76 or 77. And he wouldn't take the money because, hey, I'm just in it for the love of the sport. And they all just eventually break away, but come back together towards the end of the movie, where there's a big competition, and dude with the poofy hair gets eye damage because he gets in a fight, learns his lesson from it, gets in a fight, has to have surgery, recovers to become world champion, as I said. The Stacy guy is winning outright because he is the best. But then, of course, they discover Sid has a brain tumor, and they all kind of come back together for a nice little heartwarming thing to show him a good time, and he dies soon after that. But overall, here's the thing. I'm not into skateboarding or surfing. I've never understood the allure of it. I played a few skateboarding games on the NES when I was a kid, but it was more out of it was there in front of me, not so much I cared about it. And if you are into this culture and you're into the history, I can understand the allure of this movie. The history of it is what appealed to me towards the end when I realized, okay, I want to see where these guys went as they were reaching these zeniths of their young lives and starting the stuff. I was interested in that. But overall, from their personal lives to the relationships to the people getting involved in their lives to Heath Ledger's Skip, I wasn't engaged at all. I didn't really feel for any of these people in any way, shape, or form. At most, I felt sorry here and there, or thought, "Don't do." I wonder if you're gonna be stupid with your money or not. At best, that's what I thought. I had no real emotional attachment to this. So much said, though, I can't say that for the most part the acting is average. Heath Ledger, as I said, doesn't give a very interesting performance. Johnny Knoxville is Johnny fucking Knoxville when he's in it, and the kids who played these guys, they weren't spectacular in any way, shape, or form. I guess you don't have to be when you're playing these roles. These are not Shakespearean roles or anything like that. But no standout performances, nothing really. But it's a fine movie. I appreciate the story stuff. And there was a Tony Hawk cameo at one point. I caught the Tony Hawk cameo. But it's an okay movie. Nothing fantastic, nothing incredible. I do appreciate that I have the knowledge now of who these guys were and what they did. It goes up here in the lexicon, it's in the Rolodex. But that's about it. Nothing else much to say on it. It's a movie. It's just a movie. And if you're into that stuff, great. If you're not like me, I'm not going to recommend this to anybody. And yeah, you're right. That's the point. That's what I said. I said the Stacy guy, when he built his company, CC in the movie, he says he built his company, he discovered 14-year-old Tony Hawk. That's why I said it is important. And that's why I said I understand the importance of this movie, where it's showing the culture of skating, which persists today. Tony Hawk is a millionaire because these guys created the industry for him to become a millionaire in and make Tony Hawk video games and Tony Hawk brand. So I get that. I completely get that. I'm just not interested overall. That's all I'm saying. I'm just not interested in skating. This didn't increase my desire to get into skating or surfing or stuff like that. But it's I appreciate the history of it, that all these guys played a role in this, that this was their rise to from nothing to superstars. And for the most part, at least 2 out of the 4 achieved greatness. I mean, the Stacy guy built a brand, built a company, discovered Tony Hawk, gave kids a better chance to be proper skating stars than what he and his first generation went through with the drugs and the alcohol and all kind of stuff. Gave him a better place to be than getting wrapped up in crazy shit. And the dude with the poofy hair, eventually, of course, first world skating champion, world champion. That's cool. Other guy who eventually shaved his head and joined an SA gang. went to jail, recovered, and now just chases waves and boarding, And the other kid died because he had a brain tumor, but he was their friend. And I liked the friendship aspect in the end that they all came back together to give him a one last good time of camaraderie and bro stuff. But it's just a movie. It's a movie. So there you go. Another chat, maybe watches reviews, and another one from the books. Now, the next one, Batman and Robin. Bane. I never tried to skate. I never tried to skateboard in my entire life. Never tried. I did rollerblading and shit like that because it was a trend for a while and we all did it. But I never did the skateboarding. Never did it. Closest I got to surfing was boogie boarding at the beach as a kid. I had boogie boards, but no, never surfed, never skated, never a thing. Not my thing. So never tried. Don't know if I'll be good at it or not. Never tried. I would wager I probably would not, considering my size, how big I am, not just fat or anything. As a large dude, as a tall large dude, not I mean tall skinny dudes like Tony Hawk can get it done, but as a girthy man, I don't think I would have had the physical attributes to pull off skate tricks just because my body type. So there it is. There it is. There it is. All right. Thank you, Kel. I didn't hate watching it, but it wasn't exactly riveting. But I'm sure now when we do Batman and Robin, either tomorrow or Friday, yeah, that one I'm gonna cry about because I remember that movie. That movie's god awful. God awful. Well, we're at the end of an hour. Y'all seem to be perfectly fine. I hope the new tiers, the new donation tiers, the new donation system hasn't turned anybody off. We can tweak it if you guys want to. Or if we can come up with a new $20 tier to replace clip reactions, we can revert everything back to the way it was. And that's another thing. I just can't think of anything, and I don't want it to be gaming. That's a little too rough on me in terms of time and ability to get the games. So anyway, all right. So I know last night I did skip out on doing the gaming stream because one, I wasn't in a mood. I was foul mood, and I just went to sleep. I went to sleep. Just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sleep this off." And I still wasn't feeling well. I had what's left of this cold turned itself up a notch in the evening for me to bug me. So I went to sleep for a couple hours. So we're gonna try and do gaming stream tonight. I don't promise anything. We'll try. Either way, we'll some point between now and Saturday, we will try and get this first session of Kingdoms Reborn in so that we can try and do a multiplayer one on Saturday night. So we could try and do that. Other than that, we got Batman, Robin for another Chatman Watches Reviews. We've got Interstellar for Saturday Night Driving. Sounds like my voice is getting stronger again, so I might be back at full vocal strength by the time we get there on Friday and Saturday. Sunday, Roundtable, 3 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to hopefully have a fun and entertaining show. And then, of course, we'll be back here next week for another Mellow Mondays, God damn it, Daily Dive, and we'll see if we have a stream of conscious. Sam couldn't make it this week anyway, and I canceled it because I wasn't feeling well. I wanted to keep resting my voice. Anyway, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We will somehow get through this period of the strike. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll lift it because I asked them to, because I said this was a big misunderstanding. Probably not, though. I'm probably going to have to sit on this till March 2nd, where my the strike will be gone. And every time I open up my studio page, there it is. You have a strike, 1 of 3. Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys on the next live stream and video. I'm hiccuping. I got to get this done. Bye. Take it easy. Don't hate me. Love me. Blah, blah, blah. Take it easy, guys.